When the United States threatens another country's sovereignty, one term frequently cited is national security.
We need Greenland for national security.
The number one thing we care about is the safety, security, well-being, and prosperity of the United States.
A country that isn't sovereign is not a country. Reestablishing deterrence.
The remarks have triggered concerns among countries on all sides, from longtime U.S. allies to its traditional adversaries.
Making America great again implies that everyone else has no interest or is treated as a condition taker. This doesn't distinguish between potential enemies and close partners. This became very clear since February last year, and this is something that is a given in an otherwise very uncertain situation.
So how does the U.S. now define national security? In December 2025, Washington released its latest national security strategy. The document outlines a shift toward prioritizing what it describes as urgent threats in the Western Hemisphere, alongside adjustments to restore what it calls American preeminence in the region. In the weeks following the strategy's release, its impact began to draw international attention. The U.S. carried out a military operation that resulted in the detention of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
Happy New Year.
At the same time, Washington's rhetoric toward other countries in the region intensified.
Colombia is very sick too. You have to do something with Mexico. Cuba is ready to fall. You know?
Yes.
Under the revised strategy, some analysts say U.S. pressure has followed a clearer regional pattern. In Cuba, Washington tightened restrictions linked to Venezuelan oil shipments, contributing to further strain on energy supplies. In Mexico, U.S. officials framed drug trafficking as a national security issue, designating drug cartels as terrorist organizations. In Colombia, the U.S. combined tariff threats with personal attacks directed at President Gustavo Petro.
Down-road doctrine. The basic nature is carrot and stick. Well, sometimes the U.S. would offer economic aid, but on the other hand, there would be more sticks.
The strategy also emphasizes limiting the influence of external powers in the hemisphere. It commits the United States to preventing non-hemispheric countries from positioning military forces or controlling what Washington defines as strategically important assets within the region. This logic extends beyond Latin America. Greenland has been cited by U.S. leaders as strategically important for Arctic security, renewing debate over sovereignty despite Denmark's administration of the territory. Washington has also increased military pressure on Iran, citing security concerns amid domestic unrest there.
When you do the tough talking and say, look what happened in Venezuela, you want that to happen to you? This negotiation tactic will maybe make the other governments a little bit more supportive of Trump.
Beyond individual cases, critics point to a broader concern, the strain on international rules and norms.
All options are always on the table for President Trump as he examines what's in the best interests of the United States.
When national security is no longer defined solely as defense, it is increasingly used as a tool of leverage. And under America First, that leverage has become a central feature of U.S. foreign policy.